Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your girl, Yamato. Get ready for a very, very spicy deck profile featuring OP06 and EB01, and which I'm very excited to bring to you. If you guys have noticed, I have a lot of different Yamato lists here on the channel. This is one of my favorite leaders to play, let alone she has one of the most flexible playstyles and deck choices that you can possibly create right now in the metagame. And with the inclusion of EB01, we've gained a new card for Wano, which is Hiyori. There's so many different plays that this deck can make now. And yes, that is a 5-cost Yamato. We'll get into it. We'll talk about some of the hands, some of the defensive cards, and we'll play a bunch of games today as we normally do. But without further ado, let's see what we got cooking up here and why. No, there is no Soul Pocus in this list. I apologize. I do have another Yamato deck that I'm very much excited to show you guys in the next video. It's going to be a Skypiea version. Very, very aggressive, very explosive. Get ready for that one. Stay tuned. But currently, this is going to be a Wano package, which runs 4 copies of Momonosuke, which this is something that I would not advise anybody to do, generally speaking, considering this card can brick your deck quite hard. Unless you have Hiyori. Before EB01 came out, it was very rare you saw a Yamato list that was running 4 copies of this guy, just because he has no counter and he often bricked your hand. Now with the inclusion of Hiyori, 3 to 4 copies of Momo per list if you're running Wano is pretty good for how this works. Now, let's dive into this package real quick, and then we'll talk about our hand sizes, hands, what to look for in mulligans, some of the defensive key pieces that you need, and all that sort of thing. In any case, with the inclusion of Hiyori, what this card allows you to do, if you play her on board for 4 Dawn, essentially, you can activate her main ability, trash it, cheat out a 5-cost Wano character such as Momonosuke or Yamato or anything under that, and play it on board for free. She goes to the trash, and then you get to draw a card off of trashing her, and then you cheat out a 5-cost or less for free, which is really, really good. Now, how else can you increase this ability, or increase this effect, I guess you would say? If you have a Kikunojo down on board, or you have a Nekomamushi down on board, for example, you can play down Hiyori, you can cheat out a Momonosuke, and this is assuming you've already attacked with Kikunojo or Nekomamushi, okay? You cheat this out with her ability, Momo does his thing, he bounces A or B back to top of life, then you draw a card off of this. So in that one scenario, by spending 4 Dawn, you got a 5-cost blocker on board, you healed the life, and you drew a card. Just off this one play. Which for a lot of decks, that is a lot of tempo that swung in your favor, which is really, really good. Now in some circumstances, you can play down a Hiyori. In some circumstances, stack your life with like a Kikunojo or Nekomamushi. Then you can play down this Hiyori again, cheat this out for free, bounce this top of your life. Then you've put Hiyori on top, underneath followed by a Kikunojo or Nekomamushi, just to be able to do it again the following turn by drawing into another one of these, which is really, really good. Now, with the inclusion of Momo here in this list, Momo allows for your whole Wano package to just constantly trigger off one another by drawing into them, which is really, really strong. But I do see a lot of Yamatos using this card incorrectly. For example, if you go first and you open up with Yamato, so for example, all of these cards here can be in your opening hand, right? There are some cards that have more use than others, such as Ace Not So Great, let's be fair. Shinabeji in opening hand, not always the best, but it's a 2k counter, right? So you can include if you need to. Ideally, you're looking for Momonosuke, the 1-drop, Hody Jones, and an Amaru. Everything else is situational depending on what deck you're playing against. But some mixture of Momo, Hody Jones, and Amaru, and then whatever else. So hypothetically speaking, you play down Momo, you pass the turn. On your following turn as Yamato, assuming you went first, what do? You don't search, you attach 3 Dawn, you go 8k to face. Every single time. Your priority is going to be getting that 2 damage in as quickly as possible. not searching the moment you get that opportunity to search. You'll want to swing big first, and then once the attack goes through, feel free. But usually, if you save out the search with Momo, or you use the search with Momo, this becomes a pseudo blocker, because they will want to kill this. So this will protect you from at least one hit from your opponent's side of the board, which is really, really good. But usually, when you're going off this search, you're hunting for specific key pieces, which are going to be Hiyori, or Momonosuke. The Kikunojo and the Nekomamushi, sometimes, sure, when you don't see one of these three in your opening hand, or sorry, in the search. Now, there'll be certain situations where you search out with Momo and you grab an Izo, but that situation has to be justified. If your opponent has a blocker on board, Izo is wonderful to grab in that scenario. That way you can rest it and then swing big again with your leader. But usually, you're looking for a Hiyori, or a Momonosuke. That way you can constantly keep on bouncing cards to life and healing up, which is really, really good. In the late game, this guy is very, very valuable to you just because he can search out your blockers. Or search out your 2K counter here with Hiyori and stack up defensive cards. So when it comes to defensive cards, for example, we have quite a bit of them, being Beji, Onami, Momonosuke, Amaru, and your zero cost event. She is also here included just because what she allows you to do with the combo with Momo and the Hiyori or what have you, just by drawing a card, getting a life, all that sort of thing. But in the later stages of the game, playing down Momo to search out Hiyori here, for example, in case you don't see like A or B, getting this to take your last life to plant in a Beji, zero cost, or Maru is very, very good. This deck really flows well together with the amount of combos that you can do, and it synergizes very, very well. Now, there are some pieces here that don't, considering they're not Wano, right? But you need those cards in the deck to win the game, such as Hody Jones and Ace. Ace is just a 2-copy for me. I feel like having 3 or 4 can very much brick your hand, and that's something you want to see. Especially you don't want this guy in the early game, unless you're willing to go down to 2 life very, very quickly. But most of the time, you rather have some other key pieces. He is a pretty strong closer if you don't see Hody, because he can swing for 9k with Rush, which is pretty nice for 5 Dawn. Now, we've also included in 2 5-cost Yamatos, which is very, very spicy. And you won't see this in a lot of lists unless, you guys see this video. Now, in any case, what Yamato allows you to do is get that double attack banish off, right? We all know this. But as soon as she hits the board, she usually just dies the following turn, right? Now, in this case, you can cheat her out on your turn 3 with Hiyori, going into Yamato, playing this down for free, and then drawing +1 off this ability. If you're playing into yellow decks, this is a very much key piece of a card you need to have in your opening hand, especially into Katakuri and Enel. Just because you can cheat this out on your 3rd turn and get that double attack banish off is quite scary. Now, of course, this is assuming you got Momo in the opener as well. That way you can just search out for Izos to rest the Sanji blockers that they generally play. Or you can rest the Brulés that some Katakuris still play. That way, hopefully, you can get the double attack off. If not, your opponent is discarding a lot of cards from their hand to protect their life. And if they decide to guard heavily on this, you got the double attack off, right? That's great. You did your job. But either way, we're going to dive into a bunch of games today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Remember to smash the like button so we get these videos floating around. And stay tuned for the next video that comes out here on the channel. It's going to be a Skypiea version of Yamato. Something we don't normally do around here. But I have a very explosive build that I'm very excited to show you guys. But either way, let's get into this. Would you look at that? The big bad of the format himself, Sakazuki. And he chose to go second. So, I guess that's probably the optimal curve here for Saka anyway, but still. It's nice seeing other decks choosing to go second and just giving me first, which is wonderful for me. Let's go and get this free damage in. Yep. Generally, I've noticed most Saka players don't guard the first hit, which you really shouldn't. Because if you do guard it, that just gives me an opportunity to play down Onami and then get the banish off. Alright, so we'll take the first hit. It's not really a big deal. He does get a blocker, though, in Rebecca, which we have the Ezo to just rest it. And then we can swing for 7 at this point. If I go 6, he just gives me a 2k. But if I go 7, we might be able to get more cards out of hand. Cool, we'll take that. And then we'll kill the Rebecca here as well. I don't really mind if he pops Momo, because we have all of our key pieces in hand right now. If Ezo lives, which he probably won't, but if he does, we have the Momo to start healing our life. So go 5. I guess we have to end up taking one of these, because guarding this one really just means Brand New's going to swing again. 2 life left. We have the whole combo in hand. We're chilling at this point. Actually, let's take this one as well. We got a Beji here. And he bot decks everything. Alright. We have Hody too. This game should be ours, actually. 7 Don to play with. So first things first, I think we drop the 2 cost here. We put the 0 cost in life. We play down Hiyori. That cheats out Momo. Because I only need 6. I only can attach 1 Dawn here to leader to swing to be able to do this whole effect. Right, 4. Yeah. Okay. So we'll swing lead. I don't care about Hina or Brand New. I'm just trying to get cards out of leader hand. Another Ezo, which is nice. We'll put the 0 cost here. And then do the thing. It is so good. Just to be able to do that, to just get so much tempo, is kind of nutty. So now there's no way he doesn't pop Momo here. Gecko Moria into Rebecca. That's good. Gets himself another blocker, but we do have, again, another Ezo to rest it. So this will force more cards out of hand. If he decides to take the hit, he just loses the following turn with Hody Jones. And he let me keep the Momo. That's kind of crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and rest Rebecca. We can swing wide here, but I don't want to do that. I think I just want to go 6. Cool, we get a 2k. Do the thing again, heal up. And then we'll pass turn here. It might have been ideal to swing for 8k with Momo, but I kind of want the blocker on board, just in case. There's no way both of them live another turn. Go 6. We have to counter out here with Beji. Yep, that gets removed. Another 6k swing. We'll counter out again. What did he do? He discarded Ice Age for leader ability. Okay. Goes 5. I meant block, sorry. Because if I end up blocking that attack, he'll just run into it with Moria. I mean, we draw another 2k, so why not? He's got 2 life left, 5 cards in hand. I'm debating on trying to end the game, but I think he has enough counter. So perhaps doing the Ezo again is probably the better play. Oh wow, alright. The amount of heals with Momo is kind of nutty. It is so cool. Like, he let this happen 3 times, by the way. So I played 3 Momos, right? He bottom decked the other one. Like I said, if Sakazuki or Moria don't have the pieces to remove them at that given moment, this can be very sustainable when it comes to healing yourself up. And both of my top 2 triggers are 2k counters, so that's pretty solid. Can't complain too much. Alright, there's the first Greater Eruption. Gets the Hound Blaze off the search. So Momo's gone. Yep. I mean, I don't see why not. Might as well just take both hits here anyway. Sure. I mean, we guess we could counter this one out, but we don't need to. I think the only way he beats us here is if he has 5 for Sabo. But even still, we just play Hodi and Rust both. So I don't think he can get out of this game at all. We need Momo to survive, so I'm not going to block with him. I think I would just rather take both the hits. And remember, we put this zero cost event in life, so we're chilling. Go 7. I'm debating though. This is his last swing unless he dons up to Shigi and attacks. So in that case, we can just block out with Momo. It might be better just to take this hit as well. Sweet. And the Kikunojo. And now this game should be over. I don't want to say 100%, but I'm pretty sure 100% we have this one. Gonna rest this, and then rest the Dawn. And we got quite a bit of attacks for him to try to get through. So let's go AK first. Yep. 6, 6, 8. Or 6, 6, 10. And GG, buddy. Ooh, let's just go 8K here. Now, I know playing... Yep, never mind. I know playing against Crocodile is not going to be easy, considering this is a very, very defensive deck. And yes, I see you guys asking me to do builds on this. I just don't feel he's there. But that's a whole nother video. Hot take, right? In any case, I do feel like it's going to be a little bit hard to actually get in this damage in the early game versus this leader. With Love Beam, Blast Breaths, zero cost events. He has a lot of counter power in this deck as well. But I'm going to push through it. We're going to keep doing this. We'll save up the last Dawn here for Momo and hopefully get a decent search. We have the Ezo in hand as well in case he wants to play like a cheap blocker such as Doflamingo down on board. He probably drew into that 2K Garp too. We'll take the Hiyori here. In hindsight, it might have been better. Oh, never mind. We have another Momo in hand. We're chilling. So I guess Hiyori was the best pick there. He's probably going to kill that. Oh, wow. Yeah, Pudding. That's a card. Totally forgot about that. Oh, bye, Momo. I mean, I guess we're not too mad. We have a lot of counter here. It's just he doesn't have anything on board that I need to worry about. And this 10k banish should be guaranteed, I think. Unless he has a Blast Breath over there. Let it go through, man. Thank you. Alright, we'll pass it up. Currently with our hand, we don't have much going on other than 2Ks. So I guess I'm just going to be quite aggressive for the rest of the game until we draw something that's relevant in this scenario. I think if he decides to attack me here, no matter what it is, I'm just going to let the attack go through. Hopefully we get like a trigger or something. It'd be great. And I also need more cards. Gets an ulti. Gets the Hina. So he gets to draw an extra card as well. I think we need to save the veggies here. Cool, we'll play down Nekomamushi. This will actually get some value here. Nice, another Momo here as well. The downside is we don't have Ace or Hodi Jones to try to close out this game. Speaking of Hodi. That does kind of suck. No Momo here either. 7 Dawn left to play with. I'm thinking about taking Neko and attacking into something on his board instead of going for leader. The problem is, if he gives me cards to guard for this, that's less counter in hand that he has for leader swing. That's what I was hoping he'd do. Because I really don't want to play down Hiyori, or not Hiyori, but Kikunojo here. I kind of just want to go tall with leader to take the last 2 life, if possible. Let's go 6 though. Alright, that's fair. We got to damage in with Nami, so I can't be too mad. What do you do here? This could be Kaido, of course, which would be a problem. Yep, you can have that too, that's fine. Well, actually, no, we'll counter out this one. I probably should have kept the Ezo and give like a Veggie there, but... 9 Don left. Yeah, you can have it. Crocodile. Okay. That does make sense, right? That's fine. That's not what we needed. We needed to find Ace and or Hody Jones here. So that does suck. We have 10 Don left to play with. I think we should be okay here. Let's just clear board, man. Because we can stack all the Don, all in Nekomamushi, and just kill Crocodile here if we want to. Cool. Let's go 6 to Hina. This might be a weird play to you guys, but this seems to make sense to me. Because he shouldn't have the counter for this, unless, again, that's a Blast Breath over there. So technically, he needs 3 2Ks to get out of this. Okay, Spada. Not bad. Goes up to 11. I still need a lot of counter here. Nice. We'll take those, boys. We'll take those. All of that just to protect Crocodile here is kind of crazy to me. I mean, he doesn't know what we have in hand when it comes to counter power, so... And he drew the counter off the Croc ability. That's nuts. He drew it with his leader. I'm hoping he doesn't have another Crocodile, because that would suck. Go 6. Alright, didn't see that coming. Definitely got me there. I mean, it's fine, I guess. But I can't take this. I can't take both these swings. This one I don't mind. Cool. Still no Hody Jones. That pudding really messed up everything for us. Let's go 11k face. See if I can get this man down to 0 here. And then hopefully we can win game next turn. Just take the damage. Thank you. Okay. 4 Don left to play with. We can stack 2-1 Kikinojo, play down Hiyori, and then use the leader ability with Yamato and then do the thing again. Put 0 cost on life. So now we're chilling. Six, 7, 8. Alright, so this will be 10. Maybe we get game here? Okay. Alright, you got it. I don't think... No, he can't kill us here. Unless he has the 9-drop Kaido with Rush. Then it would be a problem. I think we have to counter out here. 7, 8. That's probably the better play here. I was debating on getting rid of the Veggie or the Hiyori in this scenario. So now, if he plays down Kaido, he pops Hiyori probably. Oh, X-Drake, okay. Never mind. Alright, so instead he plays down double X-Drake, which is probably going to be a tough thing to get through. But we just need 1 damage here. He has 1 card in hand. So I think we can actually win here. Because we have to go 7 with leaders, 7 with Kikinojo, then I guess everything on Hiyori. That would make the most sense. It's 2, 3... Yeah, because she swings for 7 as well. If that, in that case. You gotta guard out here, bud. Oh, I forgot. He can still draw 1 with Crocodile. But he has to discard 1 now, too. So 0 cost event. So I'm guessing he's got that 2k counter there. Alright, so that's 1 down. And now we have 7 Don left to play with here that we can just attach to the Hiyori and go face. So she's putting in work this game. Yep. But that 1 pudding really changed this game. This happens to be my 2nd favorite matchup in all of EB01 right now. Playing into Red Purple Law and playing into Sakazuki as Yamato. I get Sakazuki's leaving in OP07, so we're going to need another deck that we can bully, and I think Law is that one that we shouldn't have too much trouble with. And I know all he has to do is play down a lot of blockers, but as long as you guys have Izo and Hody Jones, Almaru to rest things, you're chilling. And most of the time, I'm not playing anybody on board to give this man the satisfaction of removing something. So yeah, a little petty. It is what it is, but still. It's down Shiraya early. That's crazy. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take this. I mean, I'm not giving my Izo right now. So next turn, we can play down Izo, rest to Shiraya, swing 7 to lead. And then he can give me cards in hand. Or go to 0 life. Whichever he prefers, right? Just tell this man no. And 7k. Let me get 3k counter. Nice. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'll take those all day. So we got rid of 1 Shiraya there as well. So 2 more that we have to deal with. Unfortunately, our hand is not the greatest. But if we can get him to 0 and 1 more swing, we can just play Hody and win game. Depending on how many blockers he gets down on board. Alright, he drew 2 more cards off that, so it's probably Gordon at that point. 5. We can take this hit. Another Izo. Love to see it. Let's do it again. Just play Izo, rest it, and go face. I think this attack here would be guaranteed. With all the attacks that he's already guarded. And give me those 2 lives. Come on. You don't need it. Yep. So either has to wall up here or he just loses game. That's 1 kid. I need 1 more blocker on board for you to be safe. We don't have a Maru just yet. But as long as he doesn't have another blocker on board, he can rest both with Hody and just go for it. Go 6. There's another Hody Jones. Is this a Zoro or something? Or Kid and Killer? Yep. I think it would have been better for him to play another blocker if he had it. Another Shiraya or something. That'll make us 8. And then we can get rid of either the Momo or the Nekomamushi. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten rid of the Neko. That way we played down Momo and searched out for, you know, the 5 cost. Another Hody as well. Apparently he wants me to be played. Or he wants to be played. I mean, he does only have 2 blockers on board. So, this might just be game. We'll go 5 to face first. Alright, so that's his 3rd Shiraya. Let's go 12k. And that should be game. Come on. Let's go, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into another game. Coming at you guys again with Yamato, playing into Katakuri. With a very much cracked hand for this matchup, which is really, really good for us. I feel bad for him, but he's yellow. It is what it is. I think everyone's tired of getting veggied, so hopefully we can win this game. I feel like playing into yellow as Yamato is always a 50-50 matchup, depending on what they get off trigger. If they don't hit anything, you have a very, very good chance of just taking the game. But as soon as that Sanji hits the board and you don't have a Maru or a Hody or a 3-cost Izo to rest it, it becomes a hassle at that point. Because it only takes them, it's a 7 Dawn to play Big Mom down. We'll counter the first one. Play Sparrow. Not really a big deal. Sorry about that. I think we have to go 9k to face here. As much as I want to just develop Yamato on board, if we go 5, let's just go 5. Try this first. This is probably a really bad idea. There's no way he... Oh. Okay. Yo, and no triggers? Where does he get one? And no triggers. Well, he gonna learn today. He gonna learn today, boys. You better have that impact. Otherwise, good luck. He has 5, so he only has enough Dawn to attach one to leader, swing, and then play down either a Sanji blocker or a Brûlée in that scenario. If he has Brûlée, he can go 7 plus leader ability. We get our Hody Jones here as well. If Yamato's attack connects, we just win game. There's nothing else. There's nothing else he can do. Okay, he left that at the top. No blocker on board. That's wild. He's got 7 cards in hand. We can give our leader banish here as well. Maybe 9 is safer. Doesn't really matter which one he guards, because again, I'm going to need a lot of counter out of either of these swings. So please, give me the whole hand. I'm trying to tell you guys, she's really good into yellow decks. When they are not ready for it. Okay. Sure. Let me get at least one more 2K. Oh, he did have Sanji blocker. So he could have played that instead of Kikinojo, which is kind of nutty. Wow. Wow. He had enough 2K counters for both those swings. That's kind of crazy. And he's at 7 Dawn, so there's a potential Big Mom or an Enel turn for him. Or I guess just Dawning up and smacking with Kikinojo and Pawseplays. I think he has to clear Yamato here no matter what. And we don't have enough counter here to do it. Because that swings for 7. I would need to block this one and then both the other attacks. But we'll guard out the first hit. And depending on how he does it, we'll just let it go. Guarding out the first hit just guarantees him to attack into it again, which is not attacking into my life, which I'm okay with. Because we only have 2 2K counters left. I can't really guard this one and that one, so he's got it. It is what it is. He leaves up 5 Dawn left, so he can go 5 into Pawseplays and then 7 into Pudding if he wanted to. Come on, buddy, give me a trigger here. So we have the shenanigans ready to go for the following turn. We can heal life if need be with Momo and Hiyori. But I don't really have anything to put into life that's valuable here. We have to guard this attack as well. Because he goes to 9 Dawn next turn. We got the Hody and Amaru in hand. It takes 1 Sanji blocker to probably ruin my whole scenario here. Do I want to be greedy and just go for it? Or do I heal up? Let's heal up. Nekomamushi. Slow down the Amaru there. We can discard, I guess, the Nekomamushi and the Kikinojo. I can swing 6 and swing 5 with Onami. I think this will work out fine. If I swing 6 with lead, attach 2 for Onami. Maybe this gets through. Come on, you don't need it. Just take the damage. I feel like this guy drew nothing but counter all game. I'm here for it, but still. He's still able to swing for 7 with 1 Dawn, so it's kind of rough sometimes. We'll bounce her back to life. And we'll do this again. Can I have this one at least? I need at least 1 hit. Nice. There's the blocker. He got rid of 10 cost Mom, which is crazy. Well, you know what? If he would have played... No, he can't play 10 cost Mom. Never mind. He's only at 9 Dawn. So yeah, we win this turn. We have the Momo blocker here. We have the Hiyori and the Amaru under that. So, I guess that was smart for him to do it. We had a Momo. So this would be 5 attacks, essentially, if you wanted to do it. I mean, you got it. It's just very unfortunate. So we'll take this. Remember, we have the Amaru under life. Yep. There it is, boys. There it is. That's the Amaru. We'll discard the Kikinojo and Nekomamushi here. So he either goes 5 with Pudding or 8 with Parasparrow here. I don't see him not attacking. I think he has to attack. Oh yeah, you can have that. That's fine. Heck, you could have donned up Pudding and swung into that to 3, and I would have given it to you. That's crazy. 3 Don open. Potentially an Elthor in hand. Another Hody. It's not what we need. What could that last life be? Guess we're about to find out. Okay, Nekomamushi. Fair. So this is guaranteed unless that's an Elthor. Alright, so he's taking both hits, which is nice. No trigger on either one of those. So no veggies for me. And it looks like we can win the game then if that's the case. 2 Dawn open. So still potential for an Elthor if he runs that in this list. This is one of those decks in which I don't see that often played into, you know, with Yamato here. So this could be interesting. Black Yellow Luffy, I think I have a lot of practice with Yamato into that match. Ace, not so much. But I do know Ace does have a lot of removal, so I gotta be a little bit mindful of that. Because he has access to like Red Rock and Raging Tiger. Doesn't mean he's gonna play it, but he does have access to it. So, gotta be a little bit mindful when I play down like Kikinojo and stuff like that. But we should be fine here. Okay. Nice to see it. So we got the little ace off that search. I think we just have to go for 8k. Try to get this man down as quickly as I possibly can. Because he can go 7 to 9k with leader, like a leader boost. Okay, never mind. Guards the first hit as well. Crazy. But we have double banishes in hand, so one of these is bound to hit. I love Pilaf and Ace, by the way. It's very, very good. If you guys haven't tried it out, for you Ace players out there, give it a shot. It's very consistent. Let's do the banish thing. Let's get myself a Maru. Can I get this in for 9? You got 5k counter. Bro, chill. Goodness. I bet you Pilaf really allowed him to do that too. It's crazy. Yep. 7k lead. Sure. With the Garp search, what do you get? Okay. That's a rush ace. It was 10. Well, thanks, Veggie. I appreciate you. We have our defensive cards ready to go in case he gets us to, 1 life. Let's try off another banish here for 10. Give me your whole hand. Come on, please. I like that better. I mean, to be fair, we really need this attack to hit. Okay, cool, we got it. Another peel off and trash as well, so that's good. You're just gonna swing? Okay. So leader effect, he saw the ace off the stack of 5, puts it on life, which is not too bad. Unless he doesn't have a baby ace in hand, then we're chilling. Please don't have one. That makes his leader a 7 again. Yep. Ain't no way I'd counter that. He does have it. Okay, so that's a 9k and then 9k with lead. There's not really much we can do here unless we want to dump our whole hand. Another Momo. That does suck. This we have to guard. I need the last life. That way we can play down the 0 cost in life pool here. But I don't know how we're supposed to do this. Because that's 7, 8, 9. I don't have enough unless I use the 0 cost event here. Get an Amaru. Kind of a saving grace a little bit. Drop that in Momo. If I wanted the guard, we could have. I just had to get rid of a lot of cards in hand. Let's do the Wano thing. We got nothing. I guess we can take the 2K counter. He doesn't really have any blockers here. I don't think Hiyori is going to help us out enough for her to be valuable. So I think taking the 2K is probably the best play. Let's do the thing. Put the 0 cost event on life. So we're chilling. And then I think we have to clear some board pieces here. Let's go 7-7 here. Oh, we let it happen. So that means he has no counter in hand. But I kind of want to guarantee this Luffy just in case he does have counter and decided to let that one go and to keep the Luffy. Because this will slow him down and he can't kill me no matter what he does next turn. Yep, we'll pass it up. Because remember, we have the 0 cost event here. So he has to attack into me with ace. I have to let it go through, which is not going to happen. That was a little silly on your part. Okay. I could guard out with Beji and Hiyori. He has 5 Dawn left to play with, so potentially he has another ace in hand. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Heal a life again. And good game. Yeah, 2 aces. Sure. Speaking of ace, consider we saw no Hody Jones today. There he is. I guess we just take the 2K here in this scenario. I don't have Dawn to be able to attach to Onami just yet either. Let's go 7. This should be guaranteed. Yep. Wow, Thunderbolt. I guess we can run it back. We're playing against another Law. And who's to say, man? I feel like this leader is everywhere. Which, that's fine. He's one of the best leaders in the format. But this is one of your easiest matchups as Yamato. At least, for me, I feel like this is a pretty simplistic type of thing that you have to do with this leader. You don't play bodies on board unless you absolutely have to, or you get them off trigger, or they're rush units. You just go face. You're just chilling. But we're going to see what we can do. We're going to go 9K to lead. Yep. And then he just goes 5 for some reason. A little silly. No Dawn, no nothing. I don't know if taking that hit was worth it, but I guess it gives us access to ace if we draw into him. That's a lot of momos. That is a lot of momos. Let's rest this. Let's do it again. Just go 8K. 2 Dawn up. He takes that as well. Crazy. This is about to be the fastest game I've ever played. No, I lied. I think we had a 2-minute game here on the channel before. And that's just straight going face with Yamato. It's kind of funny. In any case, he's got a lot of cards to play with here. He's going to need more blockers. So if he doesn't start playing down blockers here, we just win game next turn with Hody. So I imagine he does something with that. And we do have to start guarding out here. I at least like to keep 1 life. That way we can search out for a Hiyori. Alright, so there's the first one. I need you to play down another Shiraya here for you to be safe. Okay, or not. There you go. Bond Clay is so good. Alright, 3 blockers on board. We're at 1 life. We draw into the Hiyori. Let's plant the 0 cost event. There's no way I get through these guys, unfortunately. So it's probably better just to go down Momo and then get some of the defensive cards here to keep ourselves on board. Because we could do that. Let's go for the search. Oh, nice. Grab the Ezo. Let's play down this. Let's pop this off, draw a free card, get the Momo down, bounce this to life. Yo, it's so good, man. It really is. It's just so good. No point of attacking. 6K. I think we have to take it, right? Because he's going to remove that anyway. If we guard out, we don't have any more 2Ks. Which the Ezo kind of doesn't play in our favor here. To be able to play down Hodi and Ezo is probably not likely for us to get the game in that scenario. Okay, Gordon goes bye-bye. Or Max. 4 blockers we have to contend with. Oh, we're going to get there, boys. We're going to get there. Bottom deck's that too. Goes 8K to face. I mean, if we take this, we're going to start planting this all over again. Because we have another Momo in hand to search out. And we draw into an Ezo here. So if we get lucky with the Momo, we search out another Momo and just do this all over again. All I need him to do is to swing in on me with 2 blockers. And we just win the game. That's all I need from him. And it has to be either a queen or the kid. Because that way we can rest the other Shiraya with a Maru if we draw into it. Which we already have in hand. So I think we're chilling at that point. I need 2 blockers to attack into me. So let's do the Momo thing. In hopes we draw another Momo. No. Let's take this Momo and try it again. Can we get there? Yes, we can. See? Let me cook, man. Let me cook. So now we do the Hiyori thing again. I think we have to do the Hiyori thing here, actually. Because if I play this, I can't bounce the Momo to hand. So we have to do this. Or to life, sorry. Let's take that. Let's plant it back down. Let's do the thing again. Draw a free card and put Momo back on top of life. And there's an ace, which is kind of nice. We can't swing, because it says 2 6K blockers and 2 Shirayas. Nothing we can do in this scenario. He's going to block this, so, yeah. Alright. Sure, I guess. Block out. He has to clear my Momos here. So that's 1 blocker swinging into me. I mean, I don't have the counter, so... I mean, what else do you want me to do? Block out with Momo and give him the 1K Yamato? I'm good. We're chilling for now. What are you playing? For 7 Dawn. Oh. Okay. I see you. So Momo goes bye-bye. 4 blockers again down on board. Yep. You gotta clear it. Why would you not attack that with ace? Oh, that's right. He doesn't have rush. He doesn't get the rush aspect. We're chilling. 2. And good game, bud. There's no way you have counter for this. I think we just go 8K with lead. And then just go 11K with Hodi. Oh, he's so mad. He is so mad right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the last game of the day. Coming at you guys with Yamato, playing against a Blurple Crocodile. Why did I say Blurple? Yerple Crocodile, my bad. This is probably one of your hardest matchups right now out of EB01 with Yamato. Considering the fact that this man can just heal up so many times, he has so much more sustain than you. It's a little bit harder for you to drop down Hody Jones and or Ace and get in going for the game when he has Okama Way. To redirect that into a Kikinojo to heal another life, it's a pain. Even though you see it coming, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Considering if he has the 8-drop Croc on board, you play down Hody, you rest the blocker, you rest his 1 Don that he has active for Okama Way. Once you swing, the Crocodile can just restand another Don and play Okama Way anyway, so it's a very, very hard deck to try to get over. And me personally, again, I think this is probably my hardest matchup. I'd rather play into Gecko Moria than Crocodile, 9 out of 10. And it's not that this deck is so much better, I guess. It's just so much harder to deal with. Quite a bit of tax here, too. But at least we've already taken him down to 0. I just don't think it matters that much, because considering he knows that he's going to heal up anyway. I probably should have taken that hit, realistically. I guess we'll take this one. I'd rather keep the Ezo and the 2k counter Hiyori in hand. If we go down to 0 life, or 1 life, we can play the 0 cost in life pool off the Hiyori effect, which is nice. Let's go ahead and rest this, get in the damage as fast as we can. Hopefully we can win game here. Because if he pops off next turn, we just lose. Does he have the counter for this? Okay, so he has 0 cost event. Yeah, he definitely got it. Well played, well played. Alright. So he goes to the 8. With 8 Dawn, now he has access to it. Either Katakuri, Crocodile. That's pretty much it, right? So he needs to play something that gives him an extra life here, or play down a couple blockers here, just to survive. But who's to say we don't have another Hody, right? So I doubt he does that. Goes 5 to lead. Cool. I guess we can just pop Miss Double Finger here. We don't need her for the banish because he has no life. Another 5k. We'll guard out this one. We don't necessarily need the Onami right now. And in case he does have a rush unit, in case he does have Ace in this list, I want to be prepared. So there's a Croc. And this is the problem playing against this deck, by the way. Like, you have access to Hody Jones. Even if Crocodile is rested, his ability still works. And that's the problem when it comes to playing against Yurple Crocodile. I think this list is really, really good. And it's just very hard to get over all the extra life he's able to sustain himself when you can't as Yamato. I mean, I guess we can with the Momo combo, like we talked about earlier. Guess we could do that. But generally, he's dropping a 9k body on board, versing my blocker with 6, you know? Okay. I think we have to go for it here. But then again, if we play a little bit defensive and just put the 0 cost in life, that might be a good play here as well. So let's go ahead and do this. We've got 5 Dawn left to stack on Hody Jones. I just think he has Okama Way in hand. Even though he has no Dawn up, it doesn't necessarily mean it's safe. But let's see what we can do. It's a big boy, man. 15k. All it takes is 1 Dawn with Okama Way, and he wins the game. 100%. But does he have it? Okay. Yep, he had it. Fair enough. Yeah, once they have Crocodile on board, it just enables so many different plays with Okama Way. When all of their Dawn is rested, they get the restand 1, play the ability, and just tell your attack no. Which is very strong. I don't want to take the last life just yet. I'm hoping to get a few more attacks in before he beats me, probably. Alright, so Hodi goes bye-bye. I can't do anything about it. 5k to lead. This I could guard, but I think we have to do it. And I don't think Hiyori is going to win us the game here. Because I'd have to, what, put 5 or 7 Dawn on her to swing. Get a Beji. We have to go Hodi again. Rest both Dawn here. Let's see if we can get there this time. Let's go 8k to face again. Does he have the 2/2ks? Uh-huh. Yep, of course he does. Let's go 10. Good game? Hmm? Oh, yeah, Okamawe. Yep. This deck is so hard to deal with Yamato, but overall, good game, homie. It's a lot of fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the end of the video. I appreciate everyone who decided to stick around and make it this far. And you guys know how we do things around here. We talk about a little bit of changes to the deck and stuff that we can do or I'm looking to do. And I do have some thoughts here. I haven't fully decided or committed that I'm going to do this just yet, but when it comes to playing the 5-cost Yamato, I really, really like this card in this package just because, again, I can cheat it out with like Hiyori, right? It's very strong into yellow decks, into black matchups, into Sakazuki, into red-purple ace. This is generally never going to get value unless you're lucky with Sakazuki or unless you're lucky with Gecko Moria. Law, it's never happening. But against yellow decks, this is very, very strong in the early game when they don't search out for reject or impact on their first turn. You know what I mean? When they're doing their mulligans or their hands and all that sort of thing. They don't normally look for impact. So this gets a lot of value most of the time in those matchups. You go tall with this, you swing huge, and your opponent discards a lot of cards from hands. Wonderful. Then your leader can get in with a double attack. She does her job. And I very much like this, but I do want to talk about the other cards in which you can swap out for her. If you don't like this card, you don't want to use it, you can't afford it, you don't want to shell out the money or any of that. Because I know she's expensive. She's like 35, 36 bucks. You can use Yama-san if you want to. This is another really, really good card we got out from EB01. It's just a basic vanilla 7k. The upside to it is it's a 5-cost. You can cheat it out with Hiyori if need be. And it does take a little bit more removal. Not necessarily from Sakazuki or Gecko Moria, but more so from Law. Considering Law has to drop 2 Gordons or a Gordon and a Law. Or a Gordon and a Otama to remove this, or just play Fire Fist, something else. They have to do a little bit more to just pop this. But that's just the only other change currently that I would like to make to this list. We will be taking a peek at this here soon again when it comes to OP07, and I'll probably do some more variations and testing here and change a little bit of ratios and all that sort of thing. You guys, of course, will always have Yamato content here on the channel. But in any case, we will be diving into one more list when it comes to Yamato, which is a Skypiea variant. It's very, very aggressive, pretty explosive. We got a bunch of new cards from EB01 that I'm very excited to showcase to you guys. But without further ado, this has been Pawseplays. Remember to smash that like button, make sure you subscribe for future content. All comes to one piece. Get these videos floating around, boys and girls. And I will catch you guys at locals and or in the next one. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later.